I'd be with you. It's too late.
Jalen, you've been going crazy.
I wish I knew. I wish I knew you.
What's up, guys? This is Kels and Keys coming to you live with another video. So, guys, today we have for you a Carnival Conquest review video.
Yeah, we're gonna tell you all the things that we enjoyed about the Carnival Conquest and some of the things that we didn't kind of enjoy about it. So stay tuned for our 5 things that we liked and 5 things that we disliked, Carnival edition.
So, guys, we're going to start with the 5 things we like about the Carnival Conquest. All right? Number 1, the service of the crew, especially Dewa.
Dewa is our guy.
Definitely. Like, his service was so outstanding. Every day, same time, he came 8 o'clock every day to clean our rooms. He's like, you guys be out, up and out, up and out. Y'all be gone.
To give you an insight on who Dewa is, Dewa was our steward. He was our room steward, and he made sure we had everything from extra towels to extra rags that we needed, because we take a lot more showers than most people because we like to feel extra clean. But Dewa never had a problem with it, and he always stopped by to ask if we need something. We appreciate Dewa and the service Dewa gave us during that entire trip.
Definitely, definitely. Even if it was midday, he would see us in the hallways. How you doing? How you doing, Markel? How you doing, Keisha? He acknowledged us each and every time.
Every time. So, on to number 2. The food. One thing about Carnival, they make sure you eat and eat a lot. So, I'm going to list off some of our favorite foods that we've enjoyed during our time on the Carnival Conquest. Guy's Burger, even though... the line every single day was extremely long, Guy's Burgers does not disappoint on any Carnival cruise ship, and we completely obliterated their fries and burgers day after day. Secondly, Bonsai Sushi. We love sushi, but Bonsai Sushi is done perfectly. From the tops to the edamame that they put on top of it, everything about it was great, and they gave me extra ginger. I gotta appreciate extra ginger with my sushi, you know? And everything was fresh, and I watched them make it all directly in front of us. Superb job, Bonsai Sushi. And not gonna lie, the main dining room was exquisite. I have never eaten so much steak and salmon, if you say salmon if you say salmon. Okay? I haven't eaten so much in my life for no cost at all. I appreciate Carnival for the food selections and how much they allow us to eat, absolutely included and free. Also, I would like to include in the food is the buffet. The breakfast that the buffet was serving was on point. It was hot, it was ready to go, and every time we went there, it was superb. And Keish has a personal favorite that she likes.
We're about to have some breakfast.
This view is it.
Oldest daughter, the birthday girl, chilling. The French toast. I'm not even a French toast lover, but the buffet French toast was something different.
It really was. It was pretty amazing.
Amazing. And now on to number 3. We have the comedy show. Couldn't miss it. There's a PG version and there is an adult version. Must go to both. No matter what, go to both. Our comedian name was Gene, and he was amazing. I mean, I laughed from the time I walked in to the time I left. But a disclaimer, get there at least 20 minutes early because it is overcrowded. You will be standing in the back or either you can't get in. Get there early. Get a good seat. Sit down, relax. You can order drinks if you want to. Or you just sit there and wait for the show to start.
Not gonna lie, we enjoyed it.
You won't be disappointed.
At
You
all.
won't be disappointed.
We went back to see the show, the midnight show, and the midnight show was packed out the door. We even stood just how funny he was. That made us stay there while it was crowded. One joke that I'm gonna steal right now. He told this little boy on the PG show. He asked him what his nationality was. He said he was Mexican, right? He was like 4'6", he was kind of short,
No offense.
right? So the comedian goes, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" The kid says, "A basketball player." He said, "Yeah, the WNBA got spots for you." And I lost it when he said that. I'm not gonna lie, I lost it. So on to the fourth thing that we enjoyed during our Carnival Conquest sailing was dropping off at Bahamas. The Bahamas had a lot of things that we wanted to get into, but we also saw previously a video from AK Adventures stating that we should go to the Tortuga rum cake shop. After AK Adventures had told us that we should go check out the Tortuga rum cake shop, we decided to just go straight there and get us some rum cakes and taste it. Because first thing is, they allow you to taste test a rum cake before you buy it, which was amazing. Also, the lady that was at the shop gave us a deal. We got 3 of their 10 ounces for around $20 to $25. And after the tasting, we found out we really, really enjoyed their rum cake. Tortuga is one of our favorite rum cake shops to go to. And it's just going to be something that we grab every time we go out of our state and out of our country. Also, we enjoyed the jerk chicken. Caribbean people know how to make some jerk chicken, and it was amazing. We were literally the lady's last customer for jerk chicken during our sailing. She had just run out. We had to even wait for a plate. That's how bad it was. Amazing.
And last but not least, number 5. So all the cruises that are traveling with children, not a problem. Need a little time to yourself, maybe an hour or 2, maybe longer. There is something called Camp Ocean. You will not be disappointed. Your kids are safe, no matter how young. They will be taken care of. There's plenty of activities for the children to do. So your kids are taken care of from morning, midday, even to evening. But if you want a late night sitter, 10 to 1, there is a small fee, but it's subject to change, so just look out for that.
So, on every cruise, on every trip, vacation that you take, there will be a lot of things that you like, and then there will be some things that you dislike. Some things may rub you the wrong way, and we're going to tell you 5 of them that happened to us or for us during our trip.
So, first, we did a 3-day cruise, so it was really short. I feel like even though it's a smaller ship, we still didn't get to cover many things on the ship as far as activities, shows, etc.
Yeah, so there were a lot of things during the cruise that we thought we would get to, but since we're also parents, we were trying to make sure our kids saw everything, got to do everything, ate everything that they can eat, because there's a lot of variety on Carnival ship, be it food, be it travel, expenses, and other things like that.
And now on to number 2.
Number 2.
Arriving at the port of Nassau, Bahamas. When I tell you the aggression, boy, my children didn't like it at all. Like traveling with kids is kind of difficult a little bit, but we didn't step 2 feet off the ship before we was bombarded. Like literally, like the aggression is too much. I know traveling in different countries, the aggression is always there, but Bahamas is really different.
they all work for the same company that are on the blocks. So, to my understanding, they think that if a different person asks, that they'll get a different answer. They're literally on the same block, 4 or 5 of them asking about the same exact deal. They'll show you the same exact pamphlet, flyer, whatever they want to call it, and they won't stop. To our understanding, we were told that they make all that money for themselves, so they try as hard as they can to make sure that they get as many people because they don't have to pay taxes or any government fees as long as they get us to pay.
Right.
But our girls did not like any of the aggression. They felt like guys were just talking to them repeatedly over and over, and then it started to get a little more towards the hey beautiful, hey young lady. They started to use different words and verbiage, and they didn't like it at all.
I have teenagers, so they was really scared, and the aggressions is like ridiculous. Like I'm traveling with teenagers, girls at that, and they were so uncomfortable they was ready to go back on the ship. Like we really didn't get to do much in Bahamas. We walked around maybe about 20 minutes maybe, and they wanted to go back on the ship. So that trip was like really short because of the aggression.
Yes, sir. Go.
Now, on to number 3.
Number
I'm
3.
laughing already because we requested a king bed. A king bed is actually 2 twin beds put together. Just exactly what I said. 2 twin beds put together. So, you know, I'm a wild sleeper. In the middle of the night, I was between the beds, literally between the beds, like on the crack like this. Like, it's ridiculous. I thought my fiance ran away or something. Like, I couldn't feel like the other side of the bed. Like, where did I go? Where did I go?
So everything she's saying is completely true. For the adults, you know how not being able to have something secure and in the right place can work for you. So it made a lot of things harder than it needs to be.
Terrible. Like, I like to be cuddled. I couldn't get that. Like, it was really hard.
So that's something we think Carnival as a whole need to work on. Some rooms should be automatic king beds. If I request a king bed, it should just be a king bed.
So Carnival, that's something you guys should work on, the bedding. Like, okay, we requested a king bed, we expected a king bed. The 2 twin beds put together that can't stay together is no bueno.
2 twins don't make 1 kid. It's 2 kids.
Lord.
So guys, as you guys can see, our dislikes we're laughing about, it's because they're all new to us. So we're not really, we're not, we're not acquainted with the things that Carnival does sometimes. So after some deep diving and some long searching online, we found out how cruise ships keep so much water on the boat. Because we always wondered how they keep pools full, how they change out the water for all of the pools and sinks on a boat that's not able to stop and get water from a station. So we later found out that water gets filtered and recycled through a system on the boat. So that alarmed us a lot because during our sailing, our kids would say, "This water is salty." So in our understanding, when we first were drinking, mind you, we drank maybe 2-3 cups of this before actually noticing what was happening. Our kids made a joke and said, "This is the seawater." And at first we didn't believe them because obviously we didn't know how Carnival keeps their water on their boats. And it's not just Carnival that does that. All cruise ships filter their water through a water system on the boat. But just know that water can be really salty at times.
Very.
Sometimes it was manageable, but 90% of the time, you can taste the salt in that water.
And I've been drinking bottled water for years, since I was a child. Like, I know the difference, but I was like, okay, I'm just, maybe it's a mind thing for me. I'm going to just give it a try. No. From that day forward, bottled water. Oh, you know, you got to pay for it. If you don't have the package, you have to pay for your water. I don't mind every time I'm eating dinner or breakfast to buy a bottle of water. Mm-hmm. It's not a problem, but that water that comes in that glass that they pour in for you is definitely filtered water. And now, last but not least, number 5.
Number 5.
We have the debarkation process. Guys, I learned every ship is different, okay? But based on the Carnival Conquest, debarkation, if you have an early flight, please don't make it an early flight because you will be left. All right? It can take from 1 hour, maybe 1 hour and a half for you to get off the ship. Okay? The long lines, everybody that still have their suitcases that didn't turn them in the day before, the sitting on the stairs, waiting to get off. It's just a long process, okay? And make sure you check your fees the day before at guest services because you will be turned around.
Yeah.
Okay? There will be a lot of different people arguing over bills or just not getting off the ship.
So Carnival also has this thing where if you don't settle all your bills or your card just doesn't have enough money on it that you placed online, they will stop you before you get off of the boat and you'll be turned around to guest services to go and settle that any way that you can. They'll tell you to check every last one of your cards in. They'll tell you to pay a different way, and they will tell you what your outstanding balance is. Believe us, on the last day, there was a long line, and let's just say one of their balances was around $400, and they didn't have no way to pay for that. So what Carnival does is automatic collections.
You don't want that.
You don't want automatic collections to hit you from a vacation. Who wants to come home and pay off a vacation after a vacation?
That's different.
So make sure you check your bags. Make sure you're only going downstairs for debarkation when they call your level or your muster station because it's going to be a lot of people trying to get off early and not knowing how the system works. So thanks for watching. You've been in tune with Kels and Keiths together forever. Make sure that you
like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Thanks for watching, because we is
I'd be with you. It's too late.
Jalen, you've been going crazy.
I wish I knew.